This power table. I want to talk to you. No talk, social worker. You better split. You know who I am?
Yeah, Flunky. We know who you are.
Let's go out in the alley. This won't take long.
You don't want to go out there, man. That's where you want to go. Right now.
Next time, social worker, we have us a piece too.
Shut up.
And listen, big time badass cobras. Popping away at the pigs from the rooftops during the nights last summer. Oh yeah, I know what you was into. With 22 rifles and pistols, did about as much damage as a mosquito to an elephant's ass. What'd you expect to hit from that range with those weapons at night? You might as well have thrown the damn pieces at the pigs. You really want to mess with Whitey? I can show you how. I can show you how.
Black Light. Born in Detroit, 1946, born and raised and bred in Detroit, one of the baddest cities that there ever was. And I'm still here to talk about it in my right mind, from the land of Nod to the kingdom of God. Now, this movie, Spook Who Sat by the Door, will show you how Nipsey Hussle was thinking when he was making peace among the gangs. People think that he was knocked off because of his business. It was more than that. It was the way he thought. His thinking was different from everybody else. But where the brother made his mistake at was, you can't change the white man's world. It's set in stone. You can only build a world of your own. You can't negotiate with the white man. If you have a peace treaty with him, he's gonna break the peace treaty. You gotta be all the way like the spook who sat by the door. Now Nipsey thought that he was like the spook who sat by the door. I heard him comment on the Breakfast Club.
I don't know, because I ain't said, but what I would assume Kendrick meant was that, you know, somebody that is not 100% biased or outside of communicating with a blood or somebody from the other side of the tracks. Maybe that's what he meant. That's what I took it as, you know. But we had to ask Kendrick his take on what he meant by that.
Right. What I've always appreciated about you is that you've always been an entrepreneur, and it does come through a lot on this album also. Just a lot of things you've done.
Def Jam, we were trying to get you to stay at Def Jam, and you wanted out.
I was at Epic. That's right,
when I was at Epic.
Yeah.
And you wanted out. And we were trying to get you to stay. Like, what made you have that vision so early? Because when you were signed, this is when independent was looked down upon.
Absolutely.
What made you see that vision, and then what made you go back to the label side?
I mean, honestly, coming into rap, I told this story before. I
tried to sign you to Def Jam. That's what it was.
Yep, exactly. When Khaled was over there. Like before rap. I mean, before I got into whatever the industry is or into a label situation, my goal as a hustler was to sell 50,000 units and to get 15,000 a show. Because I read somewhere that Joel Santana got 15,000 a show. But even to the point we made earlier, that's one of the reasons I was so vocal about where I was coming from and what I represented, because I knew who I wanted to mobilize. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna name my last album "The Spook That Sat by the Door." You know what I mean? When I finished my situation with our partnership at Atlantic. And for anybody that ain't seen that book, seen that movie or read the book, it's about a gang member from Chicago who presented himself in a way he never caught no cases. He had a clean cut look, and he infiltrated the CIA.
Yep.
And he became educated and basically he used their agenda, which was to have a token nigga in the CIA for political reasons. You know, we gonna speak blunt, fuck it. He used it against him. And I think that in terms of hip hop, you think of the message that they embrace, I feel parallel with, like, you know what I mean, the power structure. I don't mean the culture of hip hop, but the power structure of music. They got prescribed personas they expect from us. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the way he used their intention against him was one of my underlying strategies. You know what I'm saying?
You got to put the medicine in the can.
Let's get it. Special delivery. I got a message for ya. I know you had something.
See, I've been in the music game myself and got out of it. One day I'll go over my history in the music business here in Detroit. But they're trying to throw us off track about the murder or the assassination of Nipsy. And Coffee and Kush and everybody else that's trying to get to the bottom of it. They're messing with the ponds, you know, they're indicating the ponds. And the ponds, like Big U and everybody else, they just pawns in the game. But the trigger man, or the one who masterminded the hit, is the L.A.P.D. Nothing I can prove. But that videotape that was doctored up shows that they are in control. They were in control. The L.A.P.D. was in control. Wasn't in control of the whole operation. And who they got to squeeze the trigger, now that's something else. But they the one that constructed and orchestrated the hit. Because of they control, you know, gangs are government-sponsored gangs that control all the corruption in the United States. CIA, FBI, they control the flow of drugs. They hire who they want to distribute it and who they want to move it. Guns. You got to go to the root of the situation. The root of the situation is that the United States was founded on corruption, but they wanted to be independent from Europe. And the Revolutionary War got a brief independence. But then Europe came back again, you know, to take back control. They restructured their business, you know, and they taking back control of the United States. The Rothschilds constructed it. Through Jekyll's Island, they took over the money. Took over the control of the money, cash flow, took over the politics, the political arena. And their whole strategy is to keep the masses fooled. And their whole business is corruption. Corruption sells. They could buy off. You see what happened recently with the Marines. So the biggest weapon you got is to expose those who are in charge of the deception and the corruption. All warfare is deception. And those who don't want to expose who the beast and his the enemy, the beast is our enemy. The Caucasian is the beast, he's the Antichrist. Are in bed with the Antichrist, getting their buns buttered by the Antichrist. So they refuse to hit on the Caucasian. He has proven that he is the Antichrist, he is the devil. And those who reverse it back to the black man is in bed with the Antichrist. Enough said.